Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the October edition of Coffee with Cathy. On this cool, crisp fall morning, Kaiser's rocking and rolling. We've got lots going on, and it's my pleasure to welcome my guest, Betty Hart from the Kaiser Fire District and the Kaiser Community Library, Pastor Jose Dominguez from the Luz de Valle Church, Diane Watson from the Chemeketa Community College Board of Education, and Jeremy Turner, president of the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce. We've got tons going on in our community, and you can also go over to the reel that shows a lot of the graphics that we're going to share with you today. And I'd like to kick this off today with Diane with some of the news and updates from Chemeketa. So let's get rolling. Welcome, Diane.
Thank you. I'm really excited to be here and thank you for having this. There's always things going on at Chemeketa and lots of exciting things. And one of the things that I want to talk about today is the Chemeketa Center for Business and Industry. Um, Maybe you don't know all the services that you can get there absolutely free to help with your business. And the location of it, that building is on High Street. It's at 625 High Street Northeast, and it's a center for business and industry, and we put it down close to downtown just so it would be accessible. But there are free programs and services here. If you want to just talk to somebody, and we can go to the next slide. If you want to just talk to somebody about your business or starting up a business or something, this is the place to go because there's free business advising. You can talk to somebody from Chemeketa, or it may be somebody who's doing really well in business or somebody who has an MBA degree, and they will give you some idea of what you need and answer your questions. And that's absolutely free. And there's the site to go to sign up and get registered. There also are power lunch workshops. Uh, Monthly, there's brown bags covering rotating business topics. The last few were AL assistance, prompting, Oregon business, cybersecurity, and legislative updates. The schedule is the second to the last Wednesday of each month. Locations primarily held at CCBI with expansion to outreach campuses starting in October. So if you're out of the area, you may have uh, workshops in Woodburn or in Polk County. It,
And I think Diane, a really important thing to highlight is Chemeketa is all three counties.
yes, it is. It is. And so we're trying to reach out to the other areas as well. It takes personnel to do this, but we have wonderful workshops. And the great thing about that is the networking opportunities with other people that are starting their businesses. You'll be there talking to them. And if you're having a problem, they may have it, and they can give you information about that. There's I think it's a recurring virtual class held every 2 weeks. Ready, set, start your business. And it covers up startup essentials, including state requirements and foundational planning. It's free, so it's a great thing to take advantage of if you're going to start your business. And then there are lunches a second Thursday morning. We can go to the next slide. The LBA Cafe Pen Dolce, a second Thursday morning at CCBI, and then the third Thursday morning at Woodburn Center. So we are starting to reach out. And then there's Salem Capital Connections, and that's held the last Tuesday of each month at CCBI, and connect with representatives from Oregon State agencies and departments. And so we have representatives there from agencies and departments at this connection, the last two
Diane,
each month.
I'd
Yes.
love to give a plug on the LBA Latino Business Alliance. That Expo Negocios will be November. So rather than being at CCBI that morning, it'll be at the Kaiser Civic Center. And this is the annual huge expo. And it's easy to sign up. Go to their website and you can sign up to attend all the workshops and networking that's going to happen at their annual event.
Yeah.
And that I believe is November 13th.
Right. We have lots and lots of events to come, and I am going to start publicizing more of these because people who want to go into business a lot of times don't have a lot of money, and these are absolutely free. And the networking and the camaraderie that's developed through them is wonderful. There's also a library available at the CCBI, and lots of resources. There are other, we have rent out space, so the Portland State meets with their classes there, and we have other people that are renting that space. But let's go on to some of the paid programs and certificates. Um, they have a small business management program, and that's business training for entrepreneurs and small business owners, which is really great. And afterwards, they have a cohort that gets together and reinforces each other, answers questions, and it's the camaraderie that really works and the networking. DEQ septic installer's license and recertification. If you need one of those, you can come to the center and there will be training. And then we also offer ODOT flagger training program. And this is, of course, to train flaggers to train other people throughout the state. And it's really a big program. Um, and then we have skill development for new and experienced supervisors and team leaders. There's always classes offered and coming soon. And I don't know a lot of these, but the topics sound really interesting. Marketing deep dive, business of art, customer service expertise, and presenter skill building. Um, we also help businesses out and we'll come in and do contracted training too. So if you have a business and you want to train some of the people there, then we will develop the training. So that's great, but I thought that the class is coming soon. I'd like to take some of those. So let's move on because there's something else that I want to let you know about, and I'm really excited about this. Um, we're looking at a Bachelor's of Applied Science in Education. And the reason is we have a bachelor's degree in, we will have a bachelor's degree next fall in nursing. And we have a bachelor's degree in leadership and management. We've already had the first class go through and have registration on that. But we're looking at what can we do to help our community. And this really was a cry from within the community because we don't have enough teachers. And we need to have some strategy to get people through and get their degrees. And this is looking at possibly people who are working in a school district as teacher assistants, and they need to get a degree, but they aren't going to Western because it's a barrier getting there. And this isn't to replace what Western's doing because they can do a whole lot more even. To their population, and they're doing really well in Polk County. But Marion County seems to, our school, it seems to be they get to the stage they've graduated, and I think there's only like 8% that go on and complete their degree. And so we have a lot of teacher aides in the district, and Oregon faces a projected shortage of more than 3,000 licensed teachers over the next 5 years. That's a lot.
Whoa.
The Bachelor's of Applied Science and Education program expands access by targeting low-income, rural, bilingual, and underrepresented communities. And it's going to be a consortium. If we're starting out with 7 students, and then Lynn Benton, 7 students, and then we have 4 partners in this, and they're starting out with a small group. So that's one cohort to see how this runs. Um, so that's
And
really
could I interrupt you?
sure.
When does that start? Or when has that started?
It hasn't started. We're proposing this, and it has to go through the Higher Education Coordinating Committee, and it has been submitted, and we need support for them to be able to do this. But it really came from a cry within our district that they needed more teachers. And we have these teacher assistants who've been out there in the field for a long time, um, doing good work, but they don't have the degree. And so there is a real shortage in teachers. And it seems to be that once they finish their AA degree, they are out working and they can't quit work to go back to school and the transportation and so forth. This isn't replacing what's being done currently. This is adding to and a different type of mode. It's kind of similar like our our LPN to nursing program, where we take nurses that are LPNs, they're in the hospital, and provide education and training and experiences and supervision for them to get that RN, which they probably wouldn't be able to do because they wouldn't be able to quit work to go back to school full time, but it's a hybrid type of course. And it's just another way to get your RN. This isn't the bachelor's level RN, this is an RN. But the education would be having a 2-year degree and ready to get started and and working it around, not a lot of classes, a lot of in actual hands-on work that they're doing and expanding on that. Um, the base program is not intended to replace or diminish university pathways. It is designed to serve students who are not currently assessing or completing university-based teacher education program. So that's important. We're not replacing what's being done. Western does a great job on teaching students if you're able to go there and make the commute back and forth. If you have a family, that's difficult to do. So we're creating another pathway. Um, and the program will meet all teacher standards and practices requirements and pursue this type of accreditation and ensuring quality equal to a university, but it's different. It's a little different. So let's go on to the next slide. How this will be different. Students complete all coursework and student teaching locally, either as a part-time or full-time model, with supervision by community college faculty, reducing location and financial barriers. So it is designed to uh, eliminate barriers to getting this degree. And then the other thing that I found was so interesting is a lot of our students are going out of state to get their degree, and I don't think they're coming back, not all of them. For the first time ever, more new Oregon public K through 12 teachers in 2022 were trained by non-Oregon education preparation providers than in
Really?
Oregon. So they were going outside the state. And of course, when you go outside the state, you have your practicum there, and you may pick up a job. Reliance on out-of-state preparation varies widely by county, from 23.8 Oregon in Curry County to 68 Oregon prepared in Polk County. And it's not surprised that we have a high percentage of teachers that are prepared in Polk County with Western there that has a wonderful program. But some counties is as low as 23.8%. So they're going out of state. Reliance on out-of-state preparation varies widely. So the base degree directly addresses this challenge by ensuring Oregon's future teachers can be trained, licensed, and retained within their local communities. So that's our piece there, and it's going to be a consortium. It's going to start small, and we need a higher education coordinating committee's approval to move forward on this. But we've done some of the groundwork, and I don't know when the start date is, but I think it's a great idea. Because we really need that. And the last thing I have there, I love our fire science program. So I have to have a picture. These students, they had a grant from the Roundhouse Foundation, Fire Protection Technology, and they got uniforms from that. And I don't know how much the uniforms cost, but I don't think they're cheap. So they were given that. But I also put this in here because we got 2 fire engines from Salem Fire Department. They upgraded theirs. And we had one that I think it had transmission problems, was going to cost a fortune. The other was out of commission, and we had one fire engine that was good, but we need more backups, and we need more to educate our students. And Salem Fire Department was very generous in giving us 2 fire engines, and I went out there for the ceremony. They're beautiful. So anyway, that's my report. Things are
Wow.
going well at Chemeketa. As normal, we're moving ahead on all areas.
Well, I had the pleasure of joining County Commissioner Danielle Bethel talking to the leadership class for the Bachelor's of Applied Science, and that was like a week or so ago. Wonderful opportunity to talk to these young professionals and to had a great Q&A on local government, local involvement. So it was a pleasure to be invited to be part of that. Thank you, Diane, and thank you for
You're
your
welcome.
work for Chemeketa Community College, providing so many opportunities right here. And you're right, train them here or they're not going to stay here.
That's right.
Now I'd like to go on to Jeremy at the Chamber. And I've got some slides for you, and I'm just going to kind of run through them, and they're not in any particular order. Oh, you're on mute. Sorry. Let's see.
Oh, it looked like my phone wouldn't pull through the Zoom here.
I can hear you.
Okay, is it echoing for you?
I was, but now it's not.
Okay, great. So I'll go through each of these the best I can.
Oh, it is
I
echoing.
Can you unmute? Can you
I
unmute
can't.
my
I can ask.
phone? All right, I'm just gonna use the computer here.
Okay.
Hopefully my internet holds up. All right, sorry about that. I'll go through this the best I can. It's okay, it's not in order, but I do want to thank Diane for talking about the CCBI building and all of the different programs that the SBDC is doing. I am an advisor there as well, so I'm pretty familiar with all the different programs. Matt Geiger, who is in charge over there now, is a good friend of mine, but he is a wealth of knowledge when it comes to all of these different programs. I think just to talk a little bit about the SBM, I think there's 18 participants this year. And there's about 3 or 4 chamber chambers that got involved where the either the executive director, and at the Kaiser Chamber we sent Jill Gus there to learn more about the program. And I know that she is coming back with a ton of information to share to our members so that we can try to use our programs as an opportunity to funnel into the SBM program so that businesses can get better support where needed. So we do have, like she said, MBA people, very talented people, and then you have me. So you get what you pay for, and I think it's worth every penny. So I think the first one, Soaring Heights, we had a great open house. The ribbon cutting didn't go as well as we had hoped with our scissors. We need to make sure we get those tightened up a little bit. But we had a great time. They have a fantastic facility, and I'm really happy to see Eric and Victoria with that space. I know that it's making their life a lot easier with managing their program, not out of their house anymore. So we thank them for allowing us to come in and support them with the ribbon cutting. Co-starters graduation, I think it was 5 or 6 people that we had graduate, and they all gave a little bit of I don't want to say a testimonial, but of a recap of their experience. I know that they all came away with I think the biggest takeaway that I saw was the fact that they all felt like they could talk to people now. I think that as business owners, we all get into this little silo, and it's very uncommon to hear people say, "Hey, how's business?" And they say, bad," right? Like, or here's the thing that I'm struggling with. Everybody wants to be very positive about their business, so nobody thinks that things are not as good. And I think that they all really felt like they were going away from that that cohort with a cohort. And so it was great to see that camaraderie come together and really everybody helping each other. And we will be having another one. We're finalizing details for the start of the year. As you'll see with the rest of the slides, we got a little bit going on, but we'll be chugging along. Next slide. Perfect. Thursday we had State Representative Deal join us with his chief of staff, Jamie. I think her name is Jamie. It's his wife, and we had a great discussion about him being on the health care reform committee. I think I don't remember the exact title of it. But he was talking about some things that have been discussed to help with that in that side, that committee. Also, we talked a little bit about the Oregon transportation tax, some concerns that he had with that program, some of the different things that are going on in the state capitol with signing of the bill, talking about I believe it was a referendum, possibly to discuss or at least get back to the table with some options, so that concessions can be made to have a little bit more support for the businesses and help ODOT maintain some priorities that are beneficial to everybody in the state. So we got a good discussion. We started talking about possibly changing up some of the timelines within the GAC, but that I'll leave that up to our GAC committee. Jonathan Thompson and Daryl Fuller are fully capable of making that decision, and I don't need to be involved in that at all. I'll let them handle it. Fantastic greeters coming up on October 28th. If you have not joined us for a Willamette Valley Bank greeters before, we always do it right around Halloween, because the entire staff gets together and they do one big costume together. I think last year was Mario Kart, or maybe that was 2 years ago. They have a lot of fun there. This year also, and keep an eye out on our Facebook page. They are having a Red Cross blood drive the same time. We do encourage, or they do encourage you to register so that there's time slots for you. I will tell you from last year, don't have 10 cups of coffee before you go in. They make you sit and wait a little bit because some blood pressure things going on. But I guess 10 cups of coffee before you give blood is not a good thing. There we go. There's the flyer. Yeah, so definitely go in and register for that. Thanks for jumping around on that. Holiday lights or the holiday stuff?
Yep.
All right. So it is October, which means we've already sent out all of the forms to our CSOCs in the community to start adding families' names, collecting the needs and wants for these kids. I think I'm gonna run some numbers off here, but basically we had about almost 1,000 gifts we gave out last year, 400 and something children. We had hundreds, I would say 700 gifts donated, where we only spent about $8,000 last year on supplementing gifts that weren't covered by the community. So we do want to say thank you to the entire community for supporting this program. The tree tags will go back out first or second week of November. And so we will be posting all the different locations. There'll probably be anywhere between 20 and 30 different locations around Kaiser where you can grab a tree tag. We are actively, we are going to be back out at Lake Point Church. That's going to be Santa Central. Also, we will, I'd like to give a nice little shout out to the Kaiser Elks Lodge. We've been partnering with them last year and this year to do this program, and they're handling the food again this year. So that takes a lot of stress off of us to be able to store all of those items as well. You'll see on the slide that this distribution is going to be different than the day of the Holiday Light Parade. So the 20th is going to be our delivery date this year. And so we do look forward to having everybody join us for gift wrapping, and sorting and volunteering any way that you can. Trust me, there's a few dates in here. There are a lot more dates of volunteering opportunities. Jill ran some numbers for us based on some rough calculations, and I think we calculated about 500 volunteer hours spent last year. And that didn't even really count the Elks Lodge, because they try to do it as fast as they can, so it kind of skews our numbers a little bit. But they it and then if we do the math, it was about $15,000 value, based on what the volunteer rate is if you're going to count a wage. And so we really couldn't do without the support from the community. So tree lighting is going to be at Wallery Plaza on the 2nd. The tree tags are due on the 10th. The parade's on the 13th. If you haven't heard, the theme is lights, camera, action, a Kaiser holiday, something. I don't remember. I'm not. I didn't select it. But it's lights, camera, action. So we're hoping that everybody dresses up in their favorite Christmas movie. We already are receiving float applications. I think the first one that came in, they had put in a request or called in and said, "Here's our theme. Don't let anybody else have the same theme." So the same movie. We hope for an Mayor Clark license for
Uh-oh.
this one. I think we can get pretty creative.
There's a ton of Christmas
Uh,
movies.
yeah, ton of them. You know, Die Hard, all the good ones. Um,
Start that debate right now. Go
yeah,
for it.
exactly. And then Chamber After Hours on the 18th. We are going to be at AJ's Hideaway again, doing our ugly Christmas sweater party. So that should be a good time. So I know it's only October, but we do have a lot going on. The No Luncheon, Speaker Valentina will be there on the 5th of November. I think we're still averaging 35 people or so attending this event, maybe more. So we're really proud of the growth that our No chairs have done. We're really hoping that we can continue to grow this business networking opportunity for the women in our community.
It's been fantastic. I will give a huge plug here for the Kaiser Network of Women. If you're not a member, come with someone who is, be a guest, find out. And it's a great opportunity to network and grow and hear from one another. So huge plug. Yes, 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 and yes.
We had we started ran back up our Chamber 101. This is kind of our opportunity to just spend a little extra time talking about the benefits that our members can receive. One of the things that, I've said it before here, we are going to continue to do the events that we've always done. We may not be the leader in those events. We'll maybe just be part of those events. Nothing's going away at this time. But what we really needed to do was bring back the business advocacy programs that we had established from years past. And so this being the one that, it's great to hear, but it's also disappointing to hear when people say, "Oh, I didn't realize I was only a business member. I should have been an executive member this whole time." And it's just a little things like that. I think our members just needed a little extra information to know how much more they can be involved in the community. And so we're seeing some additional participation from not only the people that attend greeters, because that typically is where people kind of hang, is just in the greeters group, and then there's others that get involved in other areas. But we're really seeing people starting to stretch out and get more involved in multiple different areas.
Also, want to give a big plug to, if you haven't been down to the Chamber office in the last couple of weeks,
Oh.
go down and visit. The visitor center area has been completely redone. So come on in and check out the new digs. It looks fantastic. And if
Yeah.
you've got ideas for products that can be showcased in the visitor service area, absolutely let Jill know. And I think that you all are looking to create displays that highlight products, services that are here in Kaiser and our region.
Yeah, absolutely. Jill and Shaney have done a great job reimagining that space. We are in the process of acquiring the missing Kaiser Fest and Iris Festival posters that we've had in the past. We're down to 7 or maybe 6. So there's a possibility that there's some in the JC Pizzeria storage that we may be able to acquire. So we're working on all that, and there's a plan to line the top of the wall with all of them in order. So there's a lot of things going on in there. And it's fun to see people walk in for the first time in a long time and just see the difference in the tourist area, the welcome information center, and then also our member area.
So last but not least,
Yay, the turkey dash. I will be there to set up. And I will be there to say good job on running back. So we will have a kids fun run that's about, I think it's a half a mile run. And then we have the 5K and a 10K. So we will be running through from Lowe's through the walking tunnel into the neighborhood there behind Kaiser Station, and do a couple loops if you're going to do a 10K, or just do one if you're doing a 5K. I don't know if the turkey costume is going to be back. Travis is trying to get me to wear it, and I told him, well, this turkey's going to wait right here then. It's not running. But we've already received a ton of people signing up, and we hope that the community at least maybe comes out and supports the runners as they're running by the houses.
awesome. Thank you, Jeremy, and thank you to everybody who's done so much work with increasing services and visibility for our businesses through the Kaiser Chamber. Betty, speaking of getting involved, I've got a couple of slides to share for Kaiser Fire. You want to jump on in?
See what you got there. Oh, yes. So calls continue to increase, and the demand for service continues to increase. It's really interesting how all that occurs. And of course, as our population ages, the demand for our ambulances continues to go up. And we, excuse me, and speaking of which, we are renewing our agreement with Marion County Fire District to share their station number 6 in North Kaiser and have our ambulance out there. And so we respond to their calls in the north end of Kaiser, which means that they don't have to bring an ambulance from Brooks or elsewhere. And their fire engines respond to calls that are in our district in the north end. So that's been a really good partnership between the two organizations. So what you got next?
I think another partnership with Marion County, if I've got the slides done correctly. Oh, this one's up, and then I've got the other one on defensible space.
Yeah.
But car
Okay.
seats.
Yes, so car seat safety checks, we're still doing those. I unfortunately don't have a date for the next one. Oh,
November
good.
11th.
Great.
November 11th. It's on your Facebook and your website. So Kaiser
Okay.
Fire .gov. I think we're all going to the .govs.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So yes, this is an opportunity for new parents and or whoever who need to learn how to put their car seats in safely. And sometimes we're able to help people get a car seat at a reduced cost. And I recommend that you call the fire station and check in to see how you can do that if you need help getting the car seat that your kid needs. And then it's so important that you know how to put those seats in correctly so that your kids are safe. It's so important.
Yep.
Okay, let's move in. And defensible space, yeah. So we're working with Marion County to help people understand how to arrange things around their house to reduce the danger of fire occurring. And so I have to laugh because I've been putting bark dust around my house and I'm going, oh no, that's probably not a good idea because it is flammable. But in any case, you know, where trees and other flammable materials could be placed so that they don't create an extra hazard for you and your family. So yes, that's really, really great. I want to give a big shout out to everyone who came to the safety open house at the beginning of the month. We had a great turnout and there was great information. And our new community engagement person, Maddie, also organized that with the help, of course, of Anne Marie Storms, who'd been doing it for years before. And so she knows all the ins and outs of that. And another important thing is if you are interested in signing up for Capital Fire Med to help with if you have an ambulance call, you can do so by contacting Marion County Fire District. The Falk ambulance service was handling that. They no longer in the community because Salem Fire is providing their own ambulance. And so Marion County agreed to take over that so people could still have that the advantage of having Capital Fire Med. Our board meets on Tuesday and we're going to be discussing getting started on a new strategic plan for the agency. It's been a long time since we've done one, so we expect to be including our career firefighters, our volunteers, and the community in the process. So you'll be hearing more about that as we go along. And we have
So
a
Betty,
couple of harvest
go
parties
ahead.
coming up, one at Kennedy Elementary and one at Cummings Elementary. Anyway, and of course, the holiday season with the chamber, our Santa breakfast will be on December 14th, the day after the parade, which is the usual. And then Candy Cane Day will be on December 20th. So after you deliver packages, you can swing by the fire hall and pick up some candy canes and get your picture with Santa. So that'll be a lot of fun. But I want to share a big opportunity. We've started coordinating with Salem Fire, Marion County Fire, and Kaiser Fire working together so that the nearest agency responds. So there was a horrific looking wreck on the Salem Parkway earlier this week. And instead of Salem, the Parkway is part of Salem's jurisdiction, bringing in another equipment from another station in Salem, we helped respond as well. Well, the drivers and passengers were still in the vehicle, severely injured, and they had to extricate. And Kaiser Fire did the semi truck So it was a semi truck and a pickup, if you can imagine what kind of mess that was. And so the Kaiser firefighters extricated the driver of the semi truck and got him on the way to the hospital within 12 minutes, and which is pretty amazing. And they had actually not had the opportunity or the need, I guess, to use the equipment that was needed in order to force open the truck so that they could get the driver out. All I think there was, as you can see here, quite a mess. This lower right hand picture is of the pickup. If you can imagine what that must have been. It was a head-on crash. Well, I mean, I just can't even imagine how awful that was. Anyway, so we're pretty excited that we're able to work together in a way that really makes a difference to people who are in trouble. And we're able also then to have them come and help us when there's a fire so that we're able to have more people on scene to get the fire under control and take care of the emergency. So those are some of the examples of how we're all three agencies are working together to really try to provide the best service possible to the people in all three jurisdictions. So anyway, and now I'd like to talk about the library. And
Well, can we
so
press
TikTok,
pause real quick? Betty,
huh?
can we press pause? Because before you go to the library, speaking of Kaiser Fire, Pastor Dominguez shared some pictures of Kaiser Fire and an event
Okay,
at Lucy Valley Church. Do you mind if we jump into those first?
sure, go right ahead.
Pastor, here's the pictures you shared and a more community great partnership.
Yes, we invited the Kaiser Fire Team to come to Luz del Valle, and we just want to thank Maddie Aslam for setting up the event with us as we connected and talked about it, and I want to thank the captain and the team of firefighters. But it was educational for our youth, and they came out and did a question and answer with our young people. After the question and answer, our youth connected with them. They shared a little bit about what it takes to be a firefighter. And let me tell you, we really appreciate those men and those women for their dedication, for their sacrifice, for their service. Just appreciated the team coming out. Our youth, our kids had a great time looking at the fire engine and looking at some of the tools that they use for helping people and helping them in times of crisis. And they told us about their schedule. Let me tell you, that was a lot of learning for our youth. They so enjoyed it. We had a great time with them. Got to meet the captain, some of the team, and just a great time with them. And we're going to connect again and see how we can work together and in the community. It was just an awesome time.
That's so great, Pastor Dominguez, because as time goes on, needless to say, we will continue to need firefighters, and in the future possibly and paramedics as well, and in the future possibly more than we need today. And so, kind of in giving kids this opportunity to learn about possible career opportunities and what's involved and what it takes and all of that to get there is really a great thing, because you're never too young to start thinking about what you want to be when you grow up. And young kids, firefighter is often at the top of the list for many of them, but it's helpful, of course, for them to know what it entails and how you get there. And we're also really lucky to have the partnership with Chemeketa Community College, and we usually have at least 2 or 3 students who live at the fire station while they're going to school, and then serve with some of the fire provide firefighting opportunities for them, or respond to calls along with the career staff, so that they have a chance to really experience what all of that is like. And so we're really pleased about those partnerships as well.
We try to give as much information to our youth as possible. I appreciate what Diane shared, what Jeremy shared about serving and the educational opportunities that are out there. So we try to connect. So I'm really interested in this teaching program. We have a lot of high schoolers that will be graduating this year, and we give them a little bit of an educational kind of a class so that they can move on to the next level. But just appreciate you guys sharing your what you do and the things that are available, the resources out there.
Diane, you're on mute.
I'd like to interrupt just a second because Chemeketa always has a special career day out there for the high schools, and they get to see all the programs that are out there. And there, we have fire science, we have police cadet training, we have EMT, we have criminal justice, we have diesel mechanics. And it's a day the high schools come, and sometimes we partner with different areas to have their fire department there, or we've had the big fire truck from Salem with the big ladder there one time, which I was really impressed with. And it's just a wonderful day. There's refreshments, and they can go through and see hands-on what's going on and talk to people. So keep that in mind.
So speaking of all of these opportunities for partnership, today we've got a big event where everybody's partnering to get books in the hands of everybody in the community. Betty, fall book
Yes.
sale is in day 2.
Right. So you have till 4 o'clock this afternoon to stock up on your reading material for the winter time. And hardbacks are $1 and paperbacks are 50 cents. It's a great price. And between 2 and 4, you can buy a whole shopping bag full of books for $5. So come on down. We're, of course, at the Civic Center, and I'll be there this afternoon helping out. And anyway, we always get lots of books. We get lots of books donated to the library, and the board has discussed, should we continue the book sale? Well, it's really important because it helps us reach members of the community who might not come into the library to get their books, but like to have books to read, and also to get rid of many of the books that we don't have room for in our library. And so there are some current titles and a variety of things, and they're organized by genre, so easy to get. And I noticed yesterday also, the other day when I dropped by, there were quite a few jigsaw puzzles. There are always lots of VCR materials and movies and stuff, as well as picture books, children's books, which go pretty fast, mysteries, romance, history, all kinds of things for people to choose from. So if you haven't been there yet, you can come on down today till 4 o'clock and get stocked up.
My granddaughter was so excited. She was showing me last night the books they got at the sale yesterday. She's just
Oh.
beginning to learn how to read, and so she's got lots of good books to practice on, and she can read to her baby sister.
Oh, great. That is really great, actually. Oh, wow. Yeah, speaking of reading, we continue to have Read to a Dog at the library. Today, for instance, it'll be there at 12:30, and again on November 1st at 12:30. So it's usually every couple of weeks, and you can see the schedule on our website, and often we get them posted on Facebook as well. Yeah, so the big thing coming up on November 1st, you could go back. Yeah, here we go. The Day of the Dead. We'll have an altar displayed at the library, accompanied by an explanation of its significance for the public, as well as a cultural dance performance from 4 to 6 p.m. that day. The activity aims to educate people about the tradition and celebrate cultural heritage. This is so interesting. I've had the opportunity to learn a little bit about it, but really it's about honoring the people who are from usually your family, but close people who are gone, and remembering them. And sometimes, as you can see, the picture here on this is sort of um, unusual, but it is just a depiction of the fact that we're honoring people who are no longer with us. And so I hope people will come out and learn more about that. And and then there will be on November 8th, I don't know if you have a flyer on that, a children's storytelling performance related will be held in collaboration with Casa de la Cultura Chinese. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Pastor, are you
I'll find
familiar
it.
with that?
No, no, I am not. I'm sorry.
Okay. Anyway,
We'll find it and post it.
so we have, yeah. And continuing, we got preschool story time on Saturdays for families, that's in Spanish, and English is Wednesdays. Both are at 10:30 in the morning, so people can come and have an opportunity for little ones, but to have somebody read to them, it's always a fun time.
Okay, that's all I got for library.
Yeah.
So let's see. Pastor, I think you had one more thing you'd like to, a couple more things you'd like to share. So I'd love to get back to your other slide. There it is. About Dr. Juan Andretti.
Before we get to that, Betty and the community library appreciate the materials in English and in Spanish and how you've made that a part of the community library. You don't know how much that represents the community, not the whole community, but just a portion of the community. And it's just so appreciative. Thank you for that. And thank you
Yeah.
for sending me those flyers and things that you do.
Mhm.
I appreciate that.
Good.
Yes, going back to Dr. Juan Andrade, of course, he was at the Salem Convention Center celebrating on September 15th Hispanic Heritage Month Summit. And there were, just to try to capsulize what that was about, Dr. Juan Andrade Jr. was honored by both the U.S., just a little bit about his bio, by the US and Mexico. He has empowered millions of uh, young people regarding voting rights, youth leadership, and scholarships. And so that event touched on many things. There was a healthcare summit, there was a business summit, people that wanted to learn more about what's going on in the Hispanic community. There was a civic engagement workshop, there was an empowerment summit. It was quite the gathering. And so just a quick summary of that. And there'll be many more events coming up as we're trying to educate and trying to help the Hispanic community and others with information regarding education, regarding business, regarding how to get involved in your government. Just so many opportunities there. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was our superintendent, Andrea Castañeda, had a live on Instagram yesterday. She did an amazing job of question and answering session. It was very, very informative. She talked about issues of immigration policies with the school and how the school is trying to secure protection for those families that are immigrants and don't have the proper documentation. Very, very informative. She talked about the security in schools. She talked about how the school partners with the police department on certain things that would happen at the school. She talked about updates and the school happenings, and it was just very, very good. And if you can listen to that, that was recorded, and that's on Salem Kaiser Instagram. And she is very, very informative in terms of the information that she had for us as parents and grandparents about the school. And then just the last thing, I got a call yesterday from a friend, challenged me to go out and protest today at the No Kings event. I just want to just share with you today just a word of caution to those protesting today, whatever side of the aisle you're on, whatever your political opinion and your perspective is, civilly, um, be safe, be secure. We can have various varying viewpoints, but let's learn to respect our perspective. Let's learn to work together. Let's learn to make this a better place where we live. And so, just that word of encouragement and that word of caution, wherever you're at today, whatever you're doing today, be safe, be secure, uh, be a good citizen where you're at. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pastor, for a great word of encouragement, how to make Kaiser the community that is very special for everybody. I'm just going to wrap up with a couple of things on the city side, and you can find out more at our Facebook page and at our new website, kaiseror.gov. Drain. I adopted mine, and keep it clear, and keep the leaves in the green bin. And it's just a great way to be able to make sure that we keep our streets from flooding and also keep our storm drains getting clean water, which because it goes straight to the river. Artist, if you are feeling that artistic and creative urge, please get your submissions for the holiday card contest for 2026. Those entries are being accepted through October 31st, and then they will make a selection for the 2026 card. By the way, the new card for 2025 will be unveiled at our next city council meeting, so stay tuned for that. This was a picture taken with leadership from the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians, celebrating and the proclamation for Indigenous Peoples Day, and really want to encourage people to get involved, learn. We have two wonderful tribal nations right here in the Kaiser area. Kaiser located on the traditional lands of the Kalapuya, and Kalapuya members are members of both Grand Ronde, the Confederated Tribes of Grand Ronde, and the Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians. As a side note, I did go to the ribbon cutting for the new housing community that just opened over on Blossom Drive. This was a construction project by the Siletz tribe in conjunction with Oregon Housing Community Services, and then also federal funding to open 39 beautiful home units for tribal members to be in community and in safe, affordable, and very respectful, beautiful homes. So congratulations to the Siletz, Confederated Tribes of Siletz Indians. Want to let everybody know there's going to be a native plant celebration down at Kaiser Rapids Park on the 25th. Go on down. You can do a seed swap, learn more about native plantings, help with some planting down along the swales in Kaiser Rapids Park, and so much more. Get ready to get muddy. It's a lot of fun. October 25th. I want to welcome our new community services officer, Brightbach. So she joins our team to help increase the staffing we have for community service. A lot of the outreach, especially for neighborhood issues like parking, code enforcement, other issues that make our neighborhoods more livable. So she'll be the one responding with our team for calls, and welcome aboard. Also, we swore in, or actually did the badge pinning ceremony for 3 new officers, and we're delighted to have them join our team. We've been in the process of hiring. We've had the funding for the police, but getting people all the way through the process to the hiring stage it takes a lot of time. It's very, very involved. And these 3 gentlemen have now joined the team as our next generation of Kaiser police officers. And I understand we just swore in another officer, and we'll be introducing that officer at an upcoming meeting as well. Want to let everybody know we do have a new website. We were able to do this in-house. We have incredibly talented staff members who know how to do web design. And it was 5 of our staff members worked to create this beautiful new, very easy to navigate website. If you see something that we can make an improvement on, please let us know. This has just been launched. Love this picture from Bob Newton Family Park. No, that's not Bob Newton. That's another one of our parks. Anyway, just love the pictures from our parks, our civic center, and it's kaiseror.gov. That's kaiseror.gov. Also want to highlight that we are part of the statewide efforts on the Recycling Modernization Act. So please download this graphic, download it from the website. A lot more can now go into that blue can. And the better job we do of getting the proper materials properly prepared into our blue cans, the better off we're going to be, because we don't have the burner anymore. That got shut down, and everything is being shipped to Coffin Butte for the landfill. Not a great look, not a great situation for us. So let's get things recycled and do it right, so all of those materials can be actually put into new products. Saves everybody money, and is great for our local livability. So download this recycling guide. Any questions, talk to your recycling and garbage hauler, who are great partners. We have Lawrence Sanitation and Valley Recycling. They are great partners. Our last Trashy Tuesday will be this coming Tuesday on the 21st at Wallace House Park. 5:30, come on down. It's family friendly, and you can also see a lot of the improvements that have happened at that park. If you haven't been there in the last year, there's some fantastic new paths, and a lot of work has been done to also kill off the ivy that was strangling the trees there. So come on down to Trashy Tuesday, 5:30, Wallace House Park. And we have events coming up in the community. Community dinner will be on the 22nd at St. Edward Church. These have been going on for 10 years now, and this one will be sponsored by and hosted by the Kaiser Times. So come on down for community dinner. It is free for everyone. Donations happily accepted, and enjoy a meal and conversation with friends and neighbors. We talked about the community blood drive at Willamette Valley Bank. The need is year-round, and thank you to our great partners at the bank and at American Red Cross for taking care of people in our community in their hour of need. I want to finish up with a tribute to Jerry Howard. He passed away about a week and a half ago. Jerry Howard was a very familiar face out of Volcano Stadium. He was involved almost from the beginning, working with Jerry and Lisa Walker and their organization to promote baseball. He had a long career in baseball. He was a military veteran and worked tirelessly on behalf of our veterans. A huge thank you, an honor, and salute to our friend, Roofman Jerry Howard, and we honor his memory and thank him for all he has done for the community of Kaiser. And with that, brings us to the end of the October edition of Coffee with Cathy. Thank you so much for Betty Hart from the Kaiser Fire District and the Kaiser Community Library, Diane Watson from the Chemeketa Community College Board of Education, Pastor Jose Dominguez from the Luz de Valle Church, and Jeremy Turner, President of the Kaiser Chamber of Commerce. I'm Cathy Clark, Mayor of the great city of Kaiser, where pride, spirit, and volunteerism is more than our motto. It's our way of life. And we look forward to seeing you around the community and at the November edition of Coffee with Cathy. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great day. Okay, so I'm going to end.
Question for you.
What's that?
About the wrapping